guys, welcome to your stretch and balance yoga flow. This flow was requested by one of my subscribers, so if you'd like to see a similar video or would like to request a yoga video, please feel free to comment below. So let's begin in child's pose, where you feel comfortable, bringing the toes behind you to touch, knees folded out wide, and arms lengthened long as you relax your forehead down. Begin to connect here with your breath, taking in an inhale through your nose, and then exhaling the breath. As we settle here, just noticing how you feel and being mindful of this to move only where you feel comfortable. Take one more inhale here. And then on an exhale, begin to roll yourself up into all fours, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. And let's begin to arch the back, holding here for a breath, and then rounding through the back. Exhaling as you round the back, inhaling as you arch the back. Synchronizing the movement with the breath to help release tension from your spine and your back to move more freely. On your last breath, walk your hands up an inch, straighten through your knees, and push your heels back down into the mat, lifting your hips up into a downward dog. Holding here for a breath, and then begin to bend your right knee and straighten your left leg, and hold here as we stretch through the back of the left leg in a deeper way, and then switch sides, moving in your own time. Bend and extend through the legs on each side one more time. And then on an exhale, come up high on the toes, round your back forward and bring your shoulders above your wrists. Hold here for a breath. And then bring your right leg up and across your body. And lower your hips and back leg down onto the mat. Straighten through the arms, gaze is forward, coming into a pigeon. Staying here to stretch through the hips and the thighs. If this stretch is deep enough for you, you may stay here. Or if you'd like a deeper stretch, walk your hands forward and fold your upper body over your right leg. Staying here for 2 more breaths. And then on an exhale, walk your hands back up towards your hips and open your legs out to the side of the mat, flexing at the feet. Inhale here And then on an exhale, reach your hands up towards the sky and then bend from the hips, folding your upper body down onto the mat. Breathe here as we extend through the hips and gain a beautiful stretch down our legs. One more breath here. And then walk your hands over to your left leg, framing your foot with both hands and holding here to isolate the stretch in your left leg. Two more breaths here. And then on your last breath, walk your hands back to center. Hold here for a moment. And then walk your hands over to your right leg, framing your right leg and holding here. Take 2 long and deep breaths here. And then on an exhale, walk your hands back to center and begin to fold your left leg across your body, extending your right leg long. Hands are planted underneath the shoulders and gaze is neutral. Holding here for 2 breaths to stretch through the thighs and the hips. If this stretch is enough for you, hold here. If you'd like to deepen the stretch, walk your hands out long and fold your upper body over your left leg. Take 1 more breath here. And then on an exhale, push your left leg back to meet your right leg. Walk your hands up an inch and push into your palms, lifting your hips up towards the sky, coming into a downward dog. And then walk the hands back up towards the toes and hold here in a forward fold. Exhale, bringing the hands to the knees, coming into a halfway lift. And then releasing the arms, coming back down onto the mat. On an exhale, begin to roll yourself vertebrae by vertebrae all the way up. Once here, bring your right foot to your inner thigh and bring your hands in prayer position, coming into a tree pose. If this is uncomfortable for you today, maybe bringing your foot to your calf or to your shin and holding here to strengthen our balance and stability. And then on an exhale, lower your leg back down towards the mat and bring your arms by your side. Bring your right leg forward, keeping your back leg straight and balancing on your toes. Arms are reaching up towards the sky, while holding here for a high lunge. Breathing here as we work through our balance and strength in our legs. And then on an exhale, bring your left leg in an inch towards your right leg and begin to tip the upper body horizontal to the mat, lifting your left leg with you, coming into a warrior 3. Holding here as we strengthen our balance and stability in our legs. Two more breaths here. And then on an exhale, lift your body up, bringing your arms by your side. Bend through the knees, clasping the hands behind you, pulling the arms down and looking up towards the sky. Holding here for a modified chair pose as we stretch through the arms, the torso and the neck. Take 2 more breaths here. And then extend through the knees, bringing the arms by your side, and begin to tuck from your chin, upper body, mid-back and lower back until your hands reach the mats. And then exhale, bring your hands to your knees, coming into a halfway lift, and then fold. Step your left leg back, toes facing the side of the mat, and then extend through the right leg. Bring your right arm up towards the sky, coming into a triangle pose. Hold here as we stretch through the legs, the chest. 2 more breaths here. And then windmill your right arm back down towards the mat. Push both legs back, coming into a plank position. Holding here for a breath. And then on an exhale, bend through the elbows and then lift the chest, looking up, coming into an upward facing dog. Back legs are straight. And then on an exhale, press the hips back towards the sky and come into a downward dog, pushing your heels into the mat. Stay here for a breath. And then bend through the right leg, keeping the left leg straight. Coming into a leg stretch one more time, and then switch sides. Bending through the left leg and straightening the right leg. Continue this one more time on either side. Noticing how you feel compared to when we first engaged in the leg stretches. Holding here for a breath. And then walking your hands back to your toes, coming into a forward fold. And then on an exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, rolling your spine all the way up until the crown of your head is reaching up towards the sky. Once here, bring your right leg to your inner thigh and your hands in prayer position, holding here for a tree pose. Stay here for 2 more breaths, and then bring your leg down to meet your right leg. Step forward, bringing your back leg long and balancing on your toes. Bend through your left leg, and then lift your arms up to reach towards the sky. Holding here. And then on an exhale, bring your back leg forward an inch and begin to tilt your upper body towards the mat, lifting your back leg with you, coming into a warrior 3. 2 more breaths here. And then on an exhale, lower your back leg next to your front leg and bend through the knees, clasping the hands behind the back and looking up, coming into a chair pose one last time. Holding here to gain all the beautiful benefits from this stretch. And then on an exhale, straighten through the legs and bring the arms back down towards your side and begin a roll down towards your mat. Take one breath here in your forward fold. And then bring the toes to the edges of the mat and your elbows pressing against your knees, hands in prayer position, coming into a yogi squat. Staying here to open up through the hips. And then on an exhale, placing your hands down onto the mat, bringing your toes to face the front of your mat, and straightening through the knees, coming into a forward fold. Bring your right leg to the back of the mat and your left toe towards the front of your mat. Reach your arm up towards the sky. Bring your left hand next to your left foot and hold here for a triangle pose. Continue to hold here for 2 more breaths. And then on an exhale, windmill your hand next to your left hand and push your left leg next to your right leg. Gently lower from your knees, extending the arms long, coming into a happy puppy pose. Hold here as we lengthen through the upper body and stretch through the hips, finding more mobility in the body with each of these poses. And then on an exhale, push your hips back to your heels, bringing your big toes to touch, and extend your knees out to the edge of the mat and hold here for a child's pose. As we continue to breathe here, just notice how you feel. On an exhale, push into your hands and roll yourself all the way up, coming into a seated position. Once here, windmill your right arm up and over your head and hold here, stretching out through the side body. If you like, tilting your chest up towards the sky to open up through the chest a little bit more. And then on an exhale, bring your right hand down and windmill your left arm over to the other side. Hold here for 2 more breaths and then switch sides. Repeating this movement 1 more time on each side. And then bring your arms back down towards your side. Exhale to windmill your arms all the way up overhead, clasping the hands at the top in prayer position and lowering down to heart center. Closing with gratitude here for finding time to fill up your cup today. Thank you so much for joining me with this practice. I hope to see you in the next video soon. Namaste.